Hello, it is Monday, December 11th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Monday crossword today, which means we should be solving a fairly approachable themed crossword, and that's good because, as is usually the case on Monday, I have less time than on the average day. So I guess as yesterday, I'm going to be trying to be slightly speedy as I solve this puzzle, but this potentially slightly speedy edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by David Innes, Josh Lucas, Alex, and as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They keep this channel going and sustain this series, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you to them. Thank you to you if you're a patron. Thanks to everybody who is at any level. I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to contribute to the channel in that way, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve, or there's a link in the description field, of course, and you can find there all of the bonus videos available to patrons. I know I'm a bit late with this past week's bonus videos, so apologies. I will get to those as soon as I can. And thank you again if you contribute to that. There's also the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which you can join via a description field link. That's a nice friendly chat community over there. And finally, it is a big help if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, like the videos, leave a comment now and then. All of those things help out, so thanks if you've done any of those. All right, let's get to it. Let's get on to the puzzle. This is a debut construction by Luke K. Schreiber, so welcome to him. Let's see what he's got in store for us in this early week solve. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving. Incline for a wheelchair, where you might roll a wheelchair up a ramp. And Charlie Horse EG is kind of a knot or a pain or something, or something like that. It's kind of a muscle spasm or something. Partners of dits in Morse code would be dits and das. I think those are called. Gem whose name comes from upala, the Sanskrit word for precious stone. Well, interesting. I didn't know this fact, but I think we can infer from the word that it's probably an opal. Japanese breadcrumbs, panko, which I think were invented maybe during or following the Second World War, during times of privation and I don't know if it was Japanese soldiers or engineers or what, but I think they used car batteries to electrocute the breadcrumbs, and it ended up being an incredibly effective way of making really high quality breadcrumbs, and obviously that process was then industrialized. But yeah, really fascinating origin story. This is a test. I mean, it could simply be something like exam or oral, maybe for oral examination, but let's see. Thawed as food before cooking. Defrosted, right, okay. There we go. Proposition, so that means this is a test. Exam, there we go, yes. So proposition assumed to be true, an axiom, there you go. So I guess in mathematics or philosophy, you'd have a proposition that you simply take to be true, and that's an axiom, and you build other logical inferences off of that. Barry, who played Storm in X-Men, Halle Berry, there we go. Refine as ore would be to smelt ore, and then this has been filled out so we can look at it. Item in a computer folder, of course, a file in a folder. All right, time to hit the road. Let's roll. And I think I've skipped a couple of cross answers, so let's look at that. Union of two major companies, right? And we've got this is clearly a theme clue because it's being referenced by what is likely a revealer, 62. Should we? I so rarely do this. Let's jump down and look at the revealer, just see what it is. It says, I'm back, or a hint to 17, 24, 38, and 58. And 51 across. So what do we think this is? I'm back. I don't know. It's always so difficult to just get those out of nothing, but I can see 51, ticking item that helps musicians keep time. That's a metronome, so I could just put that in, to be honest. Anyway, okay, let's go back up to what did this say again? I'm back. Me is on both ends of this. I'm back. There's something about me, or I'm, me twice, or me, it's me again, or something like that. I'm back. It's me again? I don't know if that's actually I have no. Let's leave it in there for now, just in case. It's a bit of a wild stab. What about this one? Wampanoag, chief of the 1600s, also known as King Philip. I don't know this off the top of my head. Maybe I'll recognize it. I'm not sure. But my guess is it will have two me's in it. That's my guess about this theme based on how I've chosen to enter the revealer. Let's see. Union of two major companies, some sort of merger, a mega merger. There we go. That has two me's. Okay, so there is something dealing with doubled me's. Zoomed is... Oh, sped, right. Not as in zoomed in the sense of magnified, but zoomed as in went fast. Score to shoot for would be par in golf, for instance. And then one might be acute or obtuse, an acute angle or an obtuse angle, under or over 90 degrees, respectively. Clay targets to be shot informally. Skeets, so skeet shooting, which is, yeah, I think that's what that's called. I've never done it, but I'm aware of it. Oh, right, spasm. I think I even said a muscle spasm at one point. This is Charlie horse, but there we go. Human is a mortal. There we go. And Wampanoag, chief of the 1600s, also known as King Philip. Right, so here will be our other me. So, yeah, this is looking pretty solid now. We've got mega merger, metronome. We've got this has two me's as well. So let's see, beat it. Scram. Okay, so Metacomet. That's a pretty amazing name. Really enjoy that name. And then some cameras for short SLRs, single lens reflex cameras. So, high-end consumer cameras. And then on the ocean, at sea. There we go. Stand still in chests. A stalemate. Yeah, just couldn't think of the word for some reason. There we go. Yes, when the game is effectively in a stuck state. Fish that are often prepared kabayuki style. Eels, maybe? I'm actually not sure off the top of my head what kabayuki style is, but it looks this looks pretty plausible to me. Desert-like is arid, very dry. Here we have the persistence of memory artist, Dali, of course, Salvador Dali. I think that's the painting of the sort of melted clocks in the desert. Acid is LSD, the drug. One consumed something, one ate it. Mascot for Princeton or Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Princeton their mascot must be the tiger. I didn't know that, but there we go. And then Kellogg's Frosted Flakes has Tony the tiger. There we go. Sicilian volcano, Mount Etna is the answer. And a pina colada is a cocktail. To suddenly lose self-control is to snap. You could metaphorically snap. And to harvest grain or any crop, I suppose, would be to reap it. Okay, Goodyear airships are blimps, famously. Goodyear loves to advertise with blimps. Goodyear Tire Company. And then a fancy party could be a gala. Beer dispenser at a frat party is a keg. And to have debts is to owe money. Like the steak in steak tartare, it is raw. It is not cooked, but it is a delicious dish. And then here we have the phrase make or break. And, oh, right, here's, I think, our final theme answer. Temperature measurer for turkeys and roasts. A meat thermometer, presumably. There we go. Great. And once again, we've got two me's in there. I'm cold would be burr. It's cold in here. And additional would be more, of course. A crystal ball, e.g., is an example of an orb. I suppose any ball is it. No, it's not true that any ball is an orb, because you could have an oblong ball, I suppose, in various contexts. But I think, anyway, we've got a nice crystal ball there, so it's a slightly more exciting ball. Facepalm is dough, sort of expression of frustration. And then big commotion is an ado. Self-referential could be meta, sort of meta-referential. And then a foldable bed is a cot. Philosopher who studied under Socrates would be Plato, of course. And if one altered as an article, one edited it. So here we have home to the Colosseum, Rome, of course, famously. And then mimicked, if you mimicked someone, you aped them, you imitated them. And then here we have one of five for which Jack traded the family cow. Magic bean, famously in the fairy tale, I guess you'd call that. Small amount as of hair cream would be a dab of hair cream. And river blockers are dams, could block up a river. Maybe built by beavers or people. Son of Zeus and Hera, Ares, the god of war, the son of Zeus and Hera in Greek mythology, and then side by side, or no, it's side times side, side multiplied by side, for a square would be the area of a square. That's of course, the expression that results in the area. And then Yemen's capital is Sana'a, and unit in a flight between stories is a staircase. There we go. Okay, here we have Chevrolet SUV is Tahoe. Chevy Tahoe is a big old SUV vehicle. Sports utility vehicle. I guess I was redundant there. SUV vehicle. Restaurant chain known for its flapjacks. That'll be IHOP, and that'll be the to British viewers, that'll be the American-style pancakes, not British-style flapjacks. The International House of Pancakes. All right, not late is, well, if you're not late, you're on time. And like many plants in urban gardening, they're potted. There we go. Okay. Small plateaus are mesas. I think that was in the puzzle yesterday, maybe, with a different clue. And then soccer's Lionel Messi. There we go. There's a sports person with whom I'm at least vaguely familiar. Not very common phenomenon. Official order would be an edict. Oh, whoops! I misspelled potted. There we go. I think I said potted, but I didn't write it. There we go. So an official order is an edict, a decree, legal order. And then here we have mac and cheese, macaroni and cheese, and word in most Academy Award titles would be best picture, for instance. All right, here we have sweet liqueur often put in coffee. Is it anisette? That wouldn't be spelled with a C, though. What did I do here? Unit in a flight between stories. Oh, it's not staircase, I guess. Stair. This is. I'm fairly sure this is anisette, an anise flavored liqueur, but stair step. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Stair step. I don't really use that particular compound word very often, so it just didn't occur to me for whatever reason. But there we go. A unit in the flight. So the flight is the staircase. I should have thought about that when I was reading the clue. The staircase isn't the unit in the flight. It is the flight. So the unit in it is a single stair or stair step or step. Anyway, isn't this just lovely, you might ask? And Olympic sled could be a loge, which are used at great speed in that event in the Olympics, the Winter Olympics. If one sends as a postcard, one mails it. And then to follow is to ensue. Oh, luge. Sorry, not luge. A loge is a level of a tier of seating in an arena or an amphitheater. So that was incorrect. Anyway, luge is what I was looking for. So if events follow, they ensue. And then a slight color is just a bit of a tinge. And then finally, to leak slowly is to seep. So there we go. As we would expect, a nice, gentle Monday puzzle to kick off the solving week. So there we go. And a theme. Oh, right. I forgot to observe that It's Me Again actually worked out. Oh, good. I'm very pleased with that. So I was able to finally just kind of barrel my way towards that after bashing my head against it a few times. So we had I'm back, or a hint to these four theme answers. It's me again. And therefore we had two me's in every one of these theme answers. So the mega merger, the meta, not the, but the person metacomet, the meat thermometer, and finally the metronome. There we go. A nice, simple Monday theme. You don't need to know it to fill out the four theme answers, but you do basically need to figure out, well, no, you could get It's Me Again from I'm Back just with some crosses. So you don't need to understand the theme in order to solve today's puzzle, but it helps as I found. And let me know if you had the same experience or a completely different one, and how you found this puzzle. I enjoyed it. Nice, gentle Monday puzzle. And I'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday crossword. Should be another relatively approachable early week solve, so join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Monday. Take care.